and this video is mainly about the mindset shift that you have when you lose weight. And when you lose weight, you see yourself every single day, you normally go to sleep, you have your daily routine, and then you just do it all over again. It's very important to choose between good or bad habits. When it comes to losing weight, it's not just your diet, it's not just your fitness, but also it's the way that you think about yourself. You're always looking at yourself, you're always by yourself. Sometimes when it comes to losing weight, it can be demotivating because you see that not much has really changed. But at the same time, it's something that happens gradually. You don't want it to be that you're trying to convince people that don't want to lose weight, because they need to convince themselves to really do it. But rather than convincing people or trying to persuade people, you need to start educating people. It's like a cycle all over again, because it's your choice if you want to lose the weight, gain more muscle, and then just be consistent by doing that. And then you gain the weight back, and then you just keep doing the same thing over and over again. So that's why when it comes to really losing weight, you need to have a purpose behind it and understand that every little action that you take is going to take you one step forward to where it is that you want to be. Because by saying no to temptation, it's going to help you to meet the right people. You don't want it to be that you're doing the best workouts. You don't want it to be that you're putting yourself through pain, only so that you don't see much progress because your diet is holding you back, but also your attitude is really holding you back, that you're so exhausted, you don't have a lifestyle that you want. And this is something that I'm just thinking about right now, because it makes you start to reflect, but you don't know why you're doing it, you have no sense of fulfillment. And also the little things such as spending time with people, it doesn't fulfill you at all, because losing weight, it exhausted you. But also you start overthinking about everything. And when you're overthinking everything, the little things that people do for you, you don't really appreciate it. But then also when you do lose weight, you start becoming insecure. You start looking at other people's flaws as well as your own. And I'm just being honest, because I never saw the flaws in myself until I lost weight. Because a haircut is supposed to make you feel confident. But if your skin is not clear, if you don't care about how your appearance looks, a haircut can only do so much. And that should motivate you as well, because when you're around other people, you're thinking differently. But just because you don't see other people doing it, doesn't mean that what you're thinking is invalid. And it doesn't mean that just because you haven't seen it yet, that you won't see it. Because when it comes to really losing weight, it's not something that you do quickly, but you need to make it a lifestyle. And when you make it a lifestyle, it's more enjoyable. You can adjust it whenever you need to, rather than just doing a task every single day and it has to be the same every single day. Because I do get it, you eat the same diet, you get bored. You do the same exercises, you get bored. And sometimes you put yourself through pain, but then when you put yourself through pain, you get injured, and you don't want it to be that when you're injured that you can no longer do any exercise. When it comes to losing weight, it's something that you see yourself doing for a really long time. It's not something that you just do quickly and then that's really it. You know, for example, when things happen positively and things happen the way that you want it to be, that you're finally getting the things that you want, why is it that you're not really satisfied? But why are you also saying to yourself that it's going to end? Because that's something that I do say to myself like quite a lot. When it comes to this experience, I want it to be realistic. I don't want it to be that because good things are happening that I'm not prepared for when things aren't as good. So I do get it why in positive situations I may think negatively, but in negative situations I'm thinking more positively. And I just wanted to know, for anyone that's watching this video, is that a good way of thinking, or is that something that I could work on? Is it something that someone else could work on? So the last thing that I'm going to say before I go, it's okay to lose confidence and it's okay to lose motivation, but you don't want to lose your reason why for doing things. And you don't want it to be that when you do give up on yourself, that you can't pull yourself back up. Because losing weight, I do get it, that sometimes you lose weight, sometimes you gain weight, sometimes you want to check on the scale, sometimes you believe in yourself that much that you can go a couple days without checking. It's good to make it be a healthy way and not to be so obsessed about it. Because when you're so obsessed about it, you start overthinking, you start becoming insecure. And remember, it's a mindset shift, because if you can look physically good, it's because you mentally got yourself there in the first place. So the way that you feel on the inside is going to reflect on the outside. So that's why you need to make sure that you weigh out the pros and cons of things, but also you think more positively, so that the way you feel on the inside, it can reflect on the outside.